I am Ramnaresh Sarwan.
Hi, I'm Brett Lee. Unite for Children.
Unite for Children.
Unite against AIDS.
It is a favorite tourist destination, but Jamaica has also produced varying cultural tastes. Reggae, dancehall and raga are a big part of the cultural traditions. The rivers, the rafting and the smiles of its people are certainly a warm welcome to visitors to these parts. It is a fascinating place, Jamaica, and certainly a must visit if you're in need of relaxation.
Welcome back, everybody. We're in Jamaica at Sabina Park, where West Indies are taking on Zimbabwe, and it's time now for the post-lunch session between these two sides. The West Indies won the toss, decided that they would bowl first, and having put Zimbabwe in, did a good job of the bowling. Let's just have a look at the scorecard, Zimbabwe's batting card, to see how they went along. Struggled really at the start. Busumuzi Sibanda misjudging one from Powell, but before that, Casteni, no runs off just one ball. The very first ball that he faced from Jerome Taylor, too quick for him. Chibaba tried to resurrect things, but also was gone very, very early. Brendan Taylor, 50, Sean Williams, 70, and Elton Chigumbura got 30. A really good innings that was from Sean Williams. Darren Powell started things quite nicely with Jerome Taylor. Only bowled the 6 overs, 2 wickets for Taylor, 1 for Darren Powell, and another wicket down there for Dwayne Smith, who only bowled 5 overs. Good work by the 2 spinners, Chris Gayle and Marlon Samuels. So the target for the West Indies to get into the Super 8 by virtue of winning this game is 203. Not taxing, the wicket is a good one out here at Sabina Park, and they should be able to get there. Still, you might expect some surprises. There have been surprises in this group thus far. Well, one surprise. Zimbabwe will say there was a surprise between them and Ireland. Time to go to the commentators, Tony Kozia and Ramiz Raja.
West Indies flags all into one, waving as the West Indies will start their reply in a while, looking to get 203 to beat Zimbabwe and to ensure their passage through to the Super 8. They beat Pakistan in the first match. So not a big total that they have to get, but it is a total. But not once before, but more times than that, several more times. The West Indies have faltered. Can't afford to falter here. Chris Gayle and Shivnarine Chanderpaul are the opening batsmen. They come out in bright sunshine here over Sabina Park. The Zimbabweans with a tie in their first match against Ireland. They're under some pressure as well. Not under quite so much pressure as the West Indies, whose large support here at Sabina Park and around the Caribbean, no doubt around the world, also expect them to win this and win it pretty easily. Mpofu to open the bowling. Chris Gayle takes strike, and we're just about ready to start the inning.
This total certainly will look very small if Chris Gayle gets going. Such a sweet timer of the ball. Chris Gayle of late has been having problems with the in-swinging delivery. If he can manage really to see off a couple of overs with the new ball, then we should be in for an entertaining cricket. Mpofu bowled splendidly in the last game, got the ball to swing, also got it to go through at good pace. He's tall, he can get that ball to bounce a little bit more. West Indies off the mark with a leg bye. Mpofu trying an in-swinger to Chris Gayle. Now we know that Shivnarine Chanderpaul can change gears. He's such a good player, such a good reader of a one-day game. He can go slowly, also at a pace as required by his team. Really a team player. If West Indies are to do well in this tournament, they would want Shivnarine Chanderpaul to be in good touch.
Tall, he's slim, he's rangy, but he uses his height well, does Mpofu, opening bowler. Caused a few problems. Pakistan, of course, did have. Sorry, to Ireland did have better conditions. The good pitch for batting. He goes past the Shivnarine Chanderpaul, searching for it.
Zimbabwe have got runs on the board. Now they need to fight with the ball. And this really was a top quality delivery. Chanderpaul in two minds there whether to go forward or back. The end got on the crease there. Nice shape away towards the slips. Mpofu.
Mpofu, 21, one of the youngsters in the Zimbabwean team. You just feel when he puts on a few pounds, he gets stronger and doesn't have any injuries, that he could well develop into a pretty fine fast bowler. He's pretty fine now, but in a different sense, of course.
That's a good line with the new ball, but when he comes back for the second spell or the third stint, then he can get it wrong, as was on view in the last game. Doesn't have a good Yorker or slow delivery. He operates well with the new ball, though.
Well, I dare say he'll learn that as he goes on. He's got to gain experience still. That's a good first over from Mpofu. Just the one run off it, which was a leg bye, one without loss.
A very good start. This is what Zimbabwe wanted. A bit of pressure on West Indian openers. Let's see how they operate. Chris Gayle would be looking to establish himself out there to play a long innings. Very strong batting lineup. Middle order looks pretty heavyweight. Sarwan, Samuels, Lara, all very good players.
203 is the West Indies target. We've had a maiden over, just a leg by, giving the West Indies a run in the first over from Christopher Mpofu. And now Anthony Ireland playing his first match in the tournament. Didn't play against Ireland. Ireland. Not timed by Gayle. He does get his first run for it, but completely mistimed.
Bit of a tough call on Ireland, really, to be bowling to somebody who can really sizzle when you pitch the ball short and wide. Chris Gayle can be devastating on the opposition if he gets going, in Ireland playing his first game of the World Cup. He's got to get it absolutely right early on against the left-hander.
One thing we'll find here is that Zimbabwe will be very sharp in the field. Didn't let themselves down a bit in that tied match against Ireland towards the end of the Irish innings, as they did with the bat, when nerves crept in and they let a really good position slip. A lot of people have come in from all points of the compass for this tournament. There are not many who can remain on all the way through the 6 weeks. Been one of the criticisms, I suppose, of the tournament, the length of the tournament, which, because of the number of teams that have been brought in, lengthens the tournament. We've also had a warm-up period of a week, so it really has been even longer than usual. But every team has had its supporters, as we've seen here at Sabina Park. A fair start here by the two opening bowlers for Zimbabwe. Well, Cape Town as well. Table Mountain. That's the image of it there. Gayle in South Africa. So often these two batsmen go off at a hectic rate. We saw that in the Champions Trophy final against Australia, and they added 49 from just 5 overs. Not so here. There's been a good start by these two Zimbabweans. Interesting to see where the fielder is done at long leg. He's not right in the boundary, about 10 yards inside. Destiny. End of the second over, 3 without loss.
Melo in the crowds as a popular figure. Cuddled, cajoled, being photographed. So West Indies need exactly 200 to win from 48 overs. Shouldn't be difficult. That's a wide one. Just losing his way a little. Beaufort. The West Indies would want to have a confident game. Not only win it, but also get a bit of confidence. Playing their second game after a gap of 5 days, so teams can get just a touch rusty in the process. There's no rustiness there. Beautifully put away through coverage. Chanderpaul in complete control, saw the length and the trajectory of the swing and was in position very early to destroy this through the offside. Beautifully timed shot. Didn't try to overhit it. Standing out of his crease, and this time the footwork was perfect.
Good save. Canary over at mid-off. So Chanderpaul just beginning to stroke the ball now.
That is the way to go. Canary putting in a big effort here. He'll have to do that right throughout this innings. Well, runs on the board, but it's not a match-winning total. Fielding can make it into a match-winning one.
There's Melo, the official mascot of the Cricket World Cup 2007. What kind of animal is he? Melo is unique, reflecting the true West Indian youth. He's from no particular Caribbean country, is of no particular race, color, religion or creed. He's an attitude, a way of life, a state of being. I'm not making this up. This is what we've been handed by the ICC. And not only that, he represents the West Indian youth's zest for life. He enjoys a good party and loves his cricket. He's fashionable, fun-loving and cool. He's talented and has a sense of loyalty and responsibility. He wears a red ribbon to signify his support for AIDS awareness. As for his name, well, like most West Indians, he's known by a nickname, which in the Caribbean is often descriptive of the person, e.g. bigger, brown man or shorty. Like a true West Indian, he's therefore Melo.
And useless.
I thought that was beautiful prose. Well constructed by the ICC. Well, it's probably Cricket World Cup West Indies. There's some organisation that is connected with this World Cup very closely. And I thought it was superb. Melo.
That really was an award-winning presentation, Tony. Well done. 9 without a wicket. Now you know what he is, who he is. I'm all confused.
So 9 without loss. And in fact, we've got a text immediately from the ICC, which is disowned. The description which I read to you about Melo, it's that came from the Cricket World Cup Committee here in the West Indies. I knew the ICC wasn't capable of such fantastic prose. Here's Ireland. He's got it through. Won't go the way. The is after it.
Looking good. Shivnara and Chanderpaul. 8 from 13 balls. He's very crafty through the offside. Find the range starting from somewhere square point towards cover and off. Looks a lot more at ease, Chanderpaul, these days in one-day cricket. Never was a natural when it came to playing one-day cricket, but how well he's played ever since opening for West Indies. He can bat for longer periods, and as a result, his stats improve quite dramatically. 500s. He came across as a struggling order batsman, not consistent. But platform has really made him a force to reckon with.
He's back from the 7, I think. Correct. Year by year. Well, he started in 1995. 200. Completely contrasting hundreds. Brilliant 100 at 9. That was when the West Indies had big target, something like 320 or just over. And he batted to make 145, I think it was. 49 not out in through the innings. Then he got 100 stand just before that. By positions now, opening, averaging 44, and declining down to number 7. Of course, he did Matt Braylon often there. Batting at number 4, just averaging 25. So he's flourished the order. Now, at home will say, but why is he not moving up in test matches where the West Indies have had problems? Gayle has been the consistent opening batsman. West Indies have tried several. Darren Ganga, Devon Smith, Wavell Hines. And I'm going to dodge one and go with expert Raja. Answer that question.
The voice in these, Tony. It's strange.
It's a good cut out. And Pofor out there. A single to Chanderpaul. 14 loss. But we'll be sad because become.
Now getting into a rhythm, courtesy 10 from 7. Chris Gayle has only faced 7 balls, but he's been rather wide strike. 28.6 is not what you associate with Chris Gayle.
Without loss, and here's Mpofu now, Chanderpaul. Well, I was going to hand over to you, but you said back to me. So what I'll just say is that he's not the only one. There are others who do not open the inning in Test cricket, but do so in one-day internationals. Adam Gilchrist from Australia, Ganguly from India, who's doing that so now, Stephen Fleming for New Zealand, and so on. I suppose it's a different game.
I think also because of the fact that early on West Indies middle order wasn't very strong, so they wanted some experience in the middle order. That's why probably they needed Shivnarine Chanderpaul in the middle. They even do that now, but I think with Samuels maturing to a certain extent, and Sarwan also playing when Lara is still out there, I think they can take that gamble with Shivnarine Chanderpaul now opening the innings for them in test matches also.
But it's strange you don't see the other way, the reverse, in that opening batsmen don't push down into the middle order in one-day internationals.
Once it becomes a habit, then it becomes almost impossible for an opener really to be shifted down the order, because you know, you develop that temperament really to go in when the innings starts. It can get just a little tough mentally for an opener to be shifted down the order. Not always, but at times it does.
And you'd be talking from experience. You were an opening batsman, always an opening batsman.
No, Tony, I started off in the middle order, and then I was asked to open in one days, and then got the job in the test matches also. But really, if somebody asked me really to go down and play in one-day cricket as a middle order batsman, it would have almost been impossible for me really to operate in the middle of the innings, because you get used to the new ball, to the surroundings. You know, you gear yourself up to be an opener.
I'm not waiting to bat. Hanging around the dressing room, pads on. I want to get in there.
But he's mentally very tough, Shivnarine Chanderpaul. That is why he's such a good player. He can make all those adjustments. And he's been successful for West Indies, both in test matches and one-day cricket, exactly because of that reason. Good temperament and mentally a strong individual.
Good opening here from Mpofu.
Sarwan has got the pads on. He's a flowing, at times flashy number 3. But he's got a fair bit of quality, Ramnaresh Sarwan. Then there is Samuels, dashing Samuels, and classy Lara.
Good over. At the end of it, 15 without loss after 5.
Five overs bowled, none for 15, so pretty even Stevens at this stage. This place has an industrial touch as well as its natural beauty of the Caribbean.
Well, he's got to wait his turn, the cargo vessel there. We've seen several coming in, and the port being packed. He's got to wait out there until he gets a berth. Oriwa comes on now. He takes over from Ireland. Surprisingly, Ireland should come off after just 2 overs. Now, little background here, which I've been told that, and we've read and we know is so, that the Zimbabwe Cricket Union ordered those members of the team who were wearing dreadlocks that they should cut them off, or else they would not be selected for the World Cup.
I think that is why Pommy is not playing for them.
We haven't done the same thing with Pommy and Bangla. Of course, he has fit in very well here in the Caribbean, Pommy and Bangla. I seem to remember a time, memories fading, but he hasn't been around not so long ago, that he didn't have a lot. But that's I suppose surprising Zimbabwe Cricket Union. Question of hairstyle. In fact, it happened here in the West Indies too at one stage, where the Leeward Islands reckon that players should not have dreadlocks on their team. Baffling to me.
For example, the man on the left could never play now for West Indies or for Zimbabwe. He won't either.
Of course, Rastafarianism started here in Jamaica and very strongly ingrained into the culture now.
What could be the reason? Difficult to maintain? It's just not cricket.
Or maybe they reckon that if he's, well, bowling, batting, whatever, they're getting her eyes. But I don't know. I suppose they may say it doesn't look all that good. The reason, really. Gayle missing entirely. Big drive outside the off stump. Got a 74 in the warm-up match against Kenya. Then out for 2 against Ireland the first match here. Out for single figures in the warm-up match against India when the West Indies were dismissed for 85. Just got 6 in that match.
Looking just a touch nervous. Chris Gayle probably thinking of a dismissal, thinking of a failure. It's very much unlike a Chris Gayle shot. Holding himself back, just edging the ball for 1. 17 without a wicket. Chris Gayle talking to Shivnarine Chanderpaul. Chanderpaul playing a crucial role as an opener, not only in getting runs, but also helping his partner to go through this phase, difficult phase for Chris Gayle.
Very wide, but Gayle just not in position. It's given a wide, but Gale's right foot was outside the leg stump. There was no way he's going to hit it. Perhaps he was playing for the wide.
It's a touch player, Chris Gayle, not a technically efficient batsman, Chris Gayle. So it'll take a lot of time really to come back into form. This is how he was out, got behind Omar Gul, got a good one against Pakistan. He's a reflex player. He's got great hand-eye coordination. Doesn't back himself to be proficient in technique. So such players do take a little bit extra time to come back into form and rhythm. Look at Virender Sehwag. He's very much like a Chris Gayle. But when they're on song, they're clearly match winners.
That's pretty harsh. The angle, carrying it further away from Gayle. Umpire Gould making the call.
He's been keen to aim the off-stump area, which is done pretty successfully. Look to bowl just 1 swing, which is an outswinger to a left-hander. That 6th ball did appear as if it had come back from that middle stump line, but the rest have been the outswingers. Need a bit of confidence, need a bit of lift. Big hitters do need to feel confident.
Had a tremendous series in Zimbabwe and Kenya as well, when the West Indies first went there. Three was the last time the West Indies went there, but it was the time before that he really made his mark. 2000 when he scored very heavily in the one-day internationals, and then after that the West Indies went on to Kenya for 3. would have done well here in the Caribbean against them last year as well.
He had a tremendous ICC Champions Trophy in India. He absolutely murdered the oppositions with his aggression. Got 300s in that ICC Champions Trophy. Took West Indies to the final. Started off brilliantly. And, his demise was the demise of the West Indies in that final against Australia. Such a crucial player to the Windies in important matches.
Well, so far on the evidence of this tournament and the warm-ups as well, even though with that 70-odd against Kenya in their first warm-up match, doesn't look to be in touch, doesn't look to be himself really. And these will be good workouts for him if the West Indies move on to the Super 8. And if they do, of course, a number of very key matches there for them.
You can't also tell him to hit his way through trouble, because that's how he usually operates. That's another wide delivery, just losing it a little. There's two slips in place. He knows that Chris Gayle can get out in that area because he's not moving his feet a great deal. Struggling really to fathom that line outside the off stump. But he's bowled a couple of wide deliveries. Real wide ones.
There's 6 matches in that Super 8 for each team. And you do not play the team which comes through with you in your group. You just play the other teams. Ends the over. West Indies are 20 without loss with 7 overs gone.
Chris.
West Indies 20 without loss. 2 contrasting hairstyles coming in to take over the commentary. Amir Sahil, and with him is Pommy Mbangwa. And here was I thinking all along that it was a mop on the top of your head. I didn't realize it was actual dreadlocks. West Indies are 20 without loss. And it's been a fair start here for Zimbabwe.
Thank you very much, Tony Kozia. Tell you what, couldn't have that. What a delivery that is. Fantastic ball.
Well, he's bowling very well into his second over, straight away finding the right line, right length. He's a kind of a bowler, looks like bowls with a lot of intelligence. Few deliveries in his over, likes to push the batsman on the back foot. And every now and then again, pitches the ball up and moves it away. Creates trouble for the left-handed batsman. It has been a sedate start by the openers. They're looking to get the measure of everything. They're not chasing a huge total. And the bowling has been good as well. Mupariva.
That's right. especially in good areas. That's what he's trying to do, go across the left-handers. The length being particularly good. Maybe a few of those deliveries, 3 of them, tucked short. He wants to bring these batsmen forward, and better still get them undecided on which way to go. That's a nice length.
You're coming back to Tony Cozier's remark, contrasting hairstyles. Both of them generated from this part of the world. Agree?
Maiden over. 20 for none.
Chanderpaul having a word with his opening partner, Gayle, who hasn't been in top of form, has been struggling.
She's from Trinidad, but today supporting the West Indies. Love them to get these 203 runs and get into the Super 8s. Change of ends now for Anthony Ireland. Hoping to get some success. George Headley's end. What a shot. Just stands up and smashes it off to the boundary. It's a short ball from Anthony Ireland, and it's punished. Gayle style.
Well, he has been quiet for 20 deliveries. He's been very watchful, and he has been waiting for a short delivery. And it was the 21st delivery he faced. Short delivery, easy pickings for Gayle. No problems for him on that occasion.
Pad that. Good work by Brendan Taylor behind the stumps. Done himself an injury a little bit. Landed on the ball after diving to his right. Just misdirecting there. Anthony Ireland. Dive to the right, and then he lands on the ball. Very nice. Good work though. Again off the pad, but couldn't get to this one this time. Brendan Taylor, and so lead buys for 4. They don't mind how they come. These West Indian supporters, they just want the runs.
Well, Gayle cursing himself. The runs are difficult to come by for him at the moment. And here was the opportunity to collect 8 runs with these 2 ill-directed deliveries missed out.
Change of angle. Anthony Ireland round the wicket now. That's much better. That's the line he wants to be bowling. Outside the off stump. Getting Gayle to try and play into the offside. So important for Zimbabwe to make use of this new ball and to get early breakthroughs if they're to have any chance of winning this game. If they don't utilize the new ball, then it makes it so difficult for them to then try and rattle through this West Indian order later on. Big shot. Just picked up the pads. Deposited on the onside somewhere. Lovely shot by Gayle. He's opening up.
Well, potentially it was a good move by the fast bowler coming around the stumps, creating a different angle. But the problem for the right-arm fast bowlers, If they start off from the middle stump, it becomes very easy for the left-handed batsman to work the ball on the onside, and that's what Chris Gayle did. As a fast bowler, when you're looking to bowl round the stumps, you have to start outside the off stump. Can't afford to bowl middle. That's the line, that's the length. End of the over, 32 without loss.
He'll feel much happier now. Chris Gayle, you wouldn't tell by the look on his face though. No change in expression. He'll just quietly go about his work. They're loving it, they are. Fans. .32 for none after 9. Things going along swimmingly for the West Indies. And their fans, no concern on their faces, and why should there be? Chris Gayle's got 11 and has just played 2 fantastic shots in the last over. Chanderpaul at the other end. 10 runs off 30 balls. Going at pretty much the same rate as Chris Gayle. Not in a hurry, and they don't need to be. The run rate required not high at all.
To both these batsmen, they're doing a sensible thing, because these are not kind of pitches where as a batsman you can go out there and start going after the bowlers. You can't have a rollicking start. We have seen throughout this Group D, whenever the teams have played at Sabina Park, they have lost early wickets. These West Indian batsmen learning from that and trying to lay a solid foundation, although they're not chasing a huge total.
West Indies will be wanting to make sure of this one. And although a couple of upsets have happened this tournament, given the lesser nations hope that they can put one over more fancied sides, also have made the bigger sides more aware of what they need to do. They will therefore go about it in more professional fashion. That's what Chanderpaul will be trying to do. Where deliveries his played have been 33 deliveries, just 10 runs, having nothing to do with all those deliveries outside that off stump, giving them to go by.
When your bowlers, they do a good job bowling first up and reduce a team, restrict the team to only 200 runs, batting, go out there and plays without any pressure. You don't have to do anything extravagant. Just keep on playing the ball on its merit. End of the over. 10 overs, they are gone, and West Indies 32 without loss.
After 10 overs, Zimbabwe were 32 for 3. The West Indies are 32 without loss. It's power play time. Time for the second one, with the first one having been completed. Oh, what a shot. Typically West Indian, you'd say. He's gone onto the back foot. The ball's been really full and he's still had a go at driving it. Could have gone forward.
That's why he's special talent, isn't he? Can almost play a bouncer and a full-length delivery off the back foot. That's what makes him unique.
Chance to catch it. It's not going to be caught. It's 4 more. Chris Gayle has decided to try and get things going here. He's entertaining this Sabina crowd and they're loving it.
After spending more than 20 deliveries, Chris Gayle has decided that it's enough. Enough practice out there in the middle, and it's time to go after the ballers.
Nice comeback. He's got to be on that line and on that length all the time.